What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Skeleton Closet, where we talk celebrity news and hot topics. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Nicki Minaj, the queen of rap, and what her Twitter feed has been looking like the past 24 hours. So let's get right into the video.
I'm going to just run down my shout outs. The dun.
Alright, so if you all are not on Twitter, Nicki Minaj has been going on this whole firestorm, tweet after tweet about vaccines and the Met Gala and having to be vaccinated for the Met Gala. So initially everyone was under the impression that Nicki Minaj was going to be attending the Met Gala, but she pulled a fast one over on us and came on Twitter and said that she will not be attending. Now, fans were speculating that she was joking because of a TikTok that was going around in a video saying that she would be at the Met Gala, but she took to Twitter to let everybody know that she would not be going. She even sent out a tweet saying, "I have an infant with no nannies during COVID. Who mad not risking his health to be seen? One yourself." I believe that is a Caribbean slang term that they say as, a figure of speech. Moving on from that, and she said, "Y'all really believe this is Met Gala?" Because Met Gala Instagram account said, "Update, Nicki Minaj will no longer be attending the Met Gala tonight. We confirmed both Kylie and Nicki earlier today because they both were previously confirmed, but both had sadly pulled out at the last minute. We hope and wish them well." Now, this Instagram account is kind of sketchy considering how it isn't an official one. Also, an official account would never have underscores in its name. I don't believe it would have 2021 in it as well. I believe the Met has its own official Instagram where they post photos and videos, or Vogue post, things of that nature, but they never confirm or deny if someone is attending because the guest list is supposed to be a surprise, and the showing up of celebrities on the red carpet is the whole spectacle of the Met Gala. So I don't really see them confirming or denying someone actually attending the event. And as the Barbs do, the Barbs were upset because they were looking forward to Nicki Minaj attending the event. So she goes on to say that, "I was going to give y'all scraps, but you know what? I'm not giving y'all anything now because y'all doing too much." After that, she responds to fans. A fan said, "I told them that may be why. I told them that Nicki seems to be scared of COVID, and rightfully so. You people who want her to risk catching it just because you want to see her dress up and interact with fake celebrities are weird." She says, "Love you, babe. I was prepping for the VMAs, then I shot a video, and guess who got COVID? Do you know what it is not to be able to kiss or hold your tiny baby for over a week? A baby who is only used to his mama. He got COVID with the vaccine, though. So, child." Now, this is the first initial tweet that had people kind of side-eyeing her because are you trying to create vaccine hesitancy with this tweet? Moving on from that, another fan tweeted and said, "Nicki, the vaccine doesn't prevent getting COVID. It prevents you getting serious symptoms. Non-vaccinated people are 11 times more likely to pass away from getting COVID than vaccinated." A lot of professionals have been saying this. A lot of medical professionals have been saying this for months now. I don't need to tell y'all. I'm not a COVID expert, and I'm not a doctor, and I'm not an immunologist or a specialist on infectious diseases. But what I do know is that if you get any vaccine, you are less likely to have the symptoms of it, and you are less likely to pass away from that disease. Nicki Minaj seems to think that this is not true because she says, "Babe, that's not true. I had the same exact symptoms as people with damn COVID." Now, it does not prevent you from getting the symptoms or having the symptoms, but it does help you from getting severe symptoms, severe illness. It prevents you from getting very, very sick and leading you to going to the hospital. That is what they are trying to prevent, because ultimately, if a lot of people end up going to the hospital, that leads to the less productive that hospitals can be and the more deaths that there is. After that, she says, "They want you to get vaccinated for the Met. If I get vaccinated, it won't be for the Met. It'll be once I feel like I've done enough research. I'm working on that now. In the meantime, my loves, be safe. Wear the mask with 2 strings that grips your head and face, not the loose one." Now, granted, I am happy that she is informing people to wear masks because masks are still important, as well as washing your hands and social distancing, because to have forgotten that. But those are important things to do to prevent the spread of COVID. Now, the more problematic tweet is the one about her cousin's friend that has swollen testicles. Let me just read this. It says, "My cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding, so just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied. Yo, if this isn't spreading misinformation, I don't know what is, because for one, this does not seem like something that was caused by a vaccine. This seems like something that was caused by an STD, but I've never heard of anyone saying that you can have swollen testicles because of a vaccine. Even the CDC says it, because the CDC says there's no evidence that COVID-19 vaccines cause male fertility problems. The CDC says, contrary to myths circulating on social media and to rapper Nicki Minaj's tweet during the Met Gala, medical experts and public health organizations say there is no evidence that COVID-19 vaccines affect male fertility. According to the CDC, professional societies for male reproductive recommend men who want to have babies in the future to get a COVID vaccine, as there is no evidence that vaccines, including COVID-19 vaccines, cause male fertility problems. So ultimately, if you want to have kids in the future, get the vaccine so that you won't die. So I don't really know why Nicki Minaj felt like this was a good idea to tweet, because ultimately nothing of the sorts can happen if you get COVID-19. And this is dangerous. And I don't know why she's acting like she didn't tweet these tweets, because we saw them in action and they're still on her account. Now, granted, I do have to mention that after that tweet, she did say, I know, babe, a lot of countries won't let people work without the vaccine. I recommend get the vaccine. They have to feed their families. I'm sure I'll be vaccinated as well because I have to go on tour, etc. Whenever the tour comes, if it ever comes, because we're still waiting on a documentary. We're still waiting on an album. We're still waiting on several different things from Nicki Minaj. We haven't gotten them yet. So I don't really know what the truth is, whether or not there will be an album, whether or not there will be a tour. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't really know. Now, Nicki Minaj's tweets made a lot of people upset, and rightfully so, because what she was saying was very problematic and it caused for a lot of alarm. Even Joy Reid got on her TV show and had some things to say about what Nicki Minaj tweeted. Take a look.
You have a platform, sister, that is 22 million followers. Okay, I have 2 million followers. You have 22 million followers on Twitter. For you to use your platform to encourage our community to not protect themselves and save their lives, my God, sister, you could do better than that. You got that platform. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that you got that people listen to you. And they listen to you more than they listen to me. For you to use your platform to put people in the position of dying from a disease they don't have to die from. Oh, my God. As a fan, as a hip hop fan, as somebody who is your fan, I'm so sad that you did that.
Obviously, Nicki Minaj was offended and she felt some type of way because she took to her Twitter to respond to Joy Reid saying, this is what happens when you're so thirsty to down another black woman by request of the white man that you didn't bother to read all my tweets. My God, sister, do better. Imagine getting your dumb ass on TV a minute after a tweet to spread a false narrative about a black woman. I'm not sure who Joy Reid's producers are, whether or not they are white or not. It seems to me that she did not read her following tweets. Nonetheless, what Nicki Minaj tweeted was problematic and it does create vaccine hesitancy. Whether or not Nicki Minaj wants to acknowledge that is neither here nor there because the damage is already done. We did this fourth-hand account from someone that you don't even know and tweeted it out to your millions of followers. And that's problematic, reckless, and dangerous. And instinctively, a lot of news publications have been running stories about this because this is huge. A mega rapper like Nicki Minaj tweeting about the vaccine and seemingly telling people not to get it because you might have fertility issues as a man is a problem, and that's news. I don't know why she's acting like these huge news publications aren't going to talk about this because you have been running your mouth about something that you obviously don't know what you're talking about. She tweeted and said 3 lies in a row from a huge news platforms. I cited my young child as why I didn't want to travel, but notice how none of them mentioned that. Ask yourselves why that was. She seems to think that everyone's attacking her and she is the victim. And the controversy did not stop there because Joy Reid obviously struck a nerve with Nicki Minaj because Nicki Minaj let it rip on her. She said, a lying homophobic coon, I guess I can join in the reindeer games too, right? People can go on TV and lie on me. I can report on them too, right? Doesn't have to be truths. It can be half-truths. Uncle Tommyana asked who on earth would trust the US FDA guys. She's talking about how Reid made a tweet once before saying, I mean, will anyone at all ever fully trust the CDC Gov again? And who on God's earth would trust a vaccine approved by the US FDA? Now, this was obviously before Donald Trump lost the election and Joe Biden was inaugurated into office and became president, because further on in the tweet it says, how do we get a vaccine distributed after this broken Trumpist nonsense has infected everything, even if Biden wins? So this was before the election, when a lot of people had doubts about Donald Trump doing the right thing about helping getting a vaccine rollout being effective. A lot of people had things to say about Operation Warp Speed and the legitimacy of a vaccine. Even the vice president had some things to say about the vaccine, and that I'm sure a lot of people have dug up from the archives to use against her. Now, moving on from that, one of the things that make this even more funny, because this crosses over into my lane and what the viewers of the Skeleton Closet enjoy, and that is Meghan McCain. McCain quoted Nicki Minaj's tweet about her cousin in Trinidad, saying, that's entirely enough internet for today, because obviously we've seen enough. This is enough. This is enough. This is enough. We are beginning to go to a very dark place that we don't even really want to go to. And Nicki Minaj seemed to think that Meghan McCain was throwing shade at her because she told Meghan McCain to eat shit. Obviously, Nicki Minaj is trolling because after that, she tweeted a laughing emoji. And this is a very funny interaction between the two. It's just very sad to see Nicki Minaj in a peculiar situation about the vaccine, because I don't know if you're trolling or if you actually believe that what you're saying to be true. And I think this is the problem with Nicki Minaj's humor and sarcasm, because a lot of people don't really understand it, and it can be very problematic at times when the situation is a serious one as far as COVID, because people are still dying from COVID and vaccine hesitancy is real. She tweeted another tweet saying, OMG, my cousin who has the friend just texted me telling me to call him Bites Nails. Ugh, you idiots. If he saw this on the news, it's all your fault. It was supposed to be a secret. If either of them ask, you ain't hear it from me. Okay? So obviously, I think she was trying to make this a joke, and it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny because people are dying from COVID, and to prevent people from dying from COVID, they should get the vaccine. And you're creating vaccine hesitancy, making it more difficult for people to want to trust the vaccine. Now, this has led to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom to say something about Nicki Minaj and vaccine hesitancy. This has led Piers Morgan to chime in, as well as Meghan McCain, and some other people have been giving their 2 cents about this whole situation. And ultimately, I don't think that Nicki Minaj expected for all of this to happen, but I think the job was to get people to talk about her. I think that she was not attending the Met Gala, and she wanted people to talk about her because she's always talking about how she's trending, how people are talking about her, and she is the topic of discussion. Ultimately, she didn't get to attend the Met Gala because she didn't want to get vaccinated, and who doesn't want to go to the Met Gala? Like, who doesn't want to go? As a celebrity, this is a huge moment for you to be dressed by some of the most important designers in fashion. I think you wanted to go, you just didn't want to get vaccinated for whatever reason, because maybe you did have vaccine hesitancy. Ultimately, you didn't do what you needed to do to go, and that is your fault. And you knew that people were going to be talking about the whole event, and you didn't want to be left out. So you made this whole fiasco so that people could talk about you, and now you have to deal with the consequences of people thinking that you're spreading misinformation about the COVID-19 vaccine and just COVID in general. I think it was extremely reckless and problematic for you to say these things. I might be one of the very few people to think that this is the case. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Ultimately, I think it is funny, but it is still very reckless and problematic for a celebrity like Nicki Minaj to be talking about things that she obviously doesn't know about. I think one of the things that she needs to take from Beyonce's playbook is to be quiet. All right? If you don't know what you're talking about, be quiet. Or even if you do, don't even talk about it. Beyonce doesn't say anything because really, y'all don't need to know what I think about things. Y'all just need to hear my music and see what I look like. Y'all need to see me on Instagram. I'm not even going to put a caption up because that can be misconstrued and spread all over the internet and made something that is not. I'm not going to follow anybody because y'all are going to dissect that to a microscopic level that it doesn't need to be. And I'm just going to post my pictures and go. When I release the album, you'll know about it and you can listen to me sing. I really wish Nicki Minaj would do that. I like her personality, but it can be a problem at times, and she needs to understand that. She's becoming to be her own problem, and I don't think she really understands how she's getting in her own way. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, what you think about her telling Meghan McCain to eat shit, as well as her going after Piers Morgan and Joy Reid. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button so that I can know how you felt about today's video as well, so that you can help me get it pushed through in the algorithm a little bit. Definitely appreciate that. As well, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can join us in the closet and become part of the family. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.